Mm-hmm. Give me your love, give me that love. Yeah, I was just thinking about like, man, the Midwest itself is top tier when it comes down to music. I really don't even think hip hop would even exist without the Midwest. Okay, come on. Come on now. Chicago, Motown, are you serious? The samples of the rap beats? Yeah. Hmm. Whatever. Um, Today, I hope everybody's day is well. Hey, what's going on? Is that Fayre? Fayre? Yeah, Fayre Marie? How are you? I hope I'm saying that right. Um, but Fairy Marie. Awesome. Um, yeah, y'all. I want to talk today about one. I had a conversation with someone that made me think about like what the real investment is, what it always is about. The real investment you should be making, because people ask me all the time, should I invest in crypto? Should I invest in precious metals? Should I invest in real estate? Should I invest in, businesses? And all of those are great things to invest in if you have some physical money. However, remember, what did they say? They said the great reset. Reset means power off, then power on. What is power off? That means everything is at a standstill. So if that means you go to the grocery store and you supposedly have $200,000 in your account, you can't use it. What you're supposed to do? If that means that you have a business that's a real estate building or whatever the case may be, and people can't afford rent and ain't nobody trying to rent from you, then what you gonna do? If you got gold in your pocket, because they told you to invest in gold and precious metals and stuff like that, you go to the grocery store and they ain't taking gold and silver and they can't melt that down. What are you gonna do if you have cryptocurrency and you got a computer, but yeah, they got the power off? Like, what's his face? Um, Ontario's premier is trying to cut the power off come February 1st to who? Wisconsin, Michigan, and New York. So you could be on the computer trading, and then all of a sudden, the Ontario premier is beefing with Donald Trump. He said, "Ain't no power cut. Ain't no power coming to y'all." Man, it's people in the comments. It's people on the comments on I think it was Instagram or TikTok. This man said, "Come on, man, my granny hooked up to a machine, man. Don't do this. Don't do this to us, man. Don't do this is real people's lives. I know that's not funny, but it's like this is real people's lives we talking about. Okay, real people's lives. They cut the power off. Then what you gonna do? The greatest investment you could do is invest in your community. Real human interaction with others. Expanding your network. But also investing in you. Hey Daniel, missed you too. How you doing? Hello Charles, how you doing? So my thing is that you have to invest in your skill set and invest in how you can be an asset to the community. It does not have to relate to physical work and physical labor, okay? But communities need people that can play a certain role. Communities need that. They need places where they can play a certain role. So if that role for you is healing people through food and disease, that is always something people are going to need. People are constantly getting sick in a toxic environment. I mean, there's so much that people do. I mean, learn if you know how to build, if you you know know how to deal with conflict resolution, because people constantly get into it in community all the time. Somebody that can help with organization, decluttering, and XYZ, because that's very important. Somebody that's really good with their hands in the kitchen or whatever. Like, there are tons of skills that you can, you know, get in so that you can evolve and, I would say, go to the next level. Okay. What we have to realize is that this next age is not going to be about how much money you have in your pocket. Okay. What it's really going to be about is how well you engage with people, how well you do with people, and how well you do with yourself. How well you do with yourself will determine how well you do with other people. It's not going to be about who's the richest man. We seeing the richest men go down day by day, every damn day. They dropping off like flies, moving across the country. I mean, not across country, moving across the world. Men with power into it with other men with power. And the wonderful thing is that with all of this, these people have spent billions of dollars, still couldn't brainwash me, still couldn't brainwash you, still couldn't brainwash us. Shame on them. What a waste. Hell, y'all could have spent billions of dollars in infrastructure to build up our communities, but instead, you spent billions of dollars to try to harm us and brainwash us, and it still didn't work. And no matter what, it's still not going to work. I'm going to tell y'all right now, hell, there's a lot of shit they put out here to try to mess with people's brains, right? Hell, I got mercury in my mouth. You understand? Mercury. That shit that they be talking about, smoking teeth, right? That's supposed to be super poisonous for your brain. It makes the kids bad as hell. And I probably was one of them badass kids in school, but not like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but I was super smart. I never let the mercury get in the way of anything, right? I'm always asking questions, spiritually, still moving, still shaking. There are things that they're going to try to do, to get our parents to consent to things that should not be in our bodies, our molecular structure. You know what I mean? But my parents didn't know. Hell, I didn't know. And probably the dentist didn't know either. That's all they was taught, was just put this shit up in people's mouths. Now, realizing that it does have an effect on your mind. And they've spent billions of dollars brainwashing other dentists and other people on the lobby floor. Yeah, let's put this in people's mouths. Let's put this in people's bloodstream. Let's put this in people's brains. And then they said, well, let's do these, let's poison the water, let's poison the food, there's a lot of things that go into what they do. But my thing is this, guys, we overcome all the time. We overcome all the time. I grew up next to an environmental plant. You see what I'm saying? Like, the people don't realize environmental poverty is a real thing. I went to college at a school that was right next to an Exxon plant, Cancer Alley. You know what I mean? Like, they put things in our community. Environmental poverty is real, where you have an environment that's super poor, no grocery stores, food desert, power plant, nuclear plant. They pay you all this money to go work at the plant, but they're killing you, killing the people, just breathing in the air. You see what I'm saying? They spent billions of dollars trying to dismantle and bring us down, and they still have not been effective. So, yeah, get your money up, that's fine. But the best thing that you could do is to link up with other people who they've not been able to brainwash. Does that make sense? Because you got to be a bad motherfucker, a bad one, if they spending a lot of money on you to control your mind. You can't take that for granted. You can't knock that off and brush it under the rug. You got to really sit with that. Is that, wait a minute, these people have spent big time money. They planned in the background for a very long time to make sure that I perform a certain way and provide a certain function. I have not been able to meet that demand. I'll never be able to meet that demand because they can't break me. So, the best thing that you could do at this time, if you don't have the money, the resources, or whatever, link up with other people that are like minded like you. You know, it was so great yesterday, on the day before yesterday. I needed a touch of creativity. I was working on something. I was like, man, I am a creative. I love creating, but I want to touch in with other creators. And immediately I had two creators hit me up at the same time, it felt like. And it dawned on me, just like it dawned on others, like watch this on TikTok, like, part of the revolution that we're going through right now, and I'm not talking about physical revolution, we're going to get into that in a second. I'm not talking about physical revolution. I'm talking about the revolution as in the interchange that's being activated within us and around us. One of those things that I realized is that our art is essential to our awakening. Our art and our creativity is essential to our awakening, to our survival. It is absolutely necessary. We need art. We need inspiration and creativity to show us the beauty and remind us of the beauty in the midst of the nastiness and the war. Everybody follow what I'm saying? We need art. In all of our revolutions with our ancestors sung songs, they had ceremonies, they sung on the sidelines, they prayed over us. We woke up when we went to bed. We sung songs at the dinner table. We sung songs outside. We woke up before we went to bed. Right? We painted pictures. We wrote poems. We wrote books. We told stories. We documented. We filmed. That's what we did. Because otherwise, how would we know about it? How would we know? How would we know? How would you know? How would you know? So I say to us, don't stop creating. Don't stop innovating. Don't stop moving. Don't stop shifting. It's very tough, but I see all over the world people in the midst of their own revolutions and changes that are going on, even in genocides. People are still making time to create. People are still making time to get done what they need to get done, y'all. People are still making time to give back to people. When I tell y'all, I don't want us to ever think, not 1 second, that we've lost, because we didn't. And we never will lose. I don't think Earth is going to be one of those planets that succumb to its creation, AI. I know other planets have where, we're clearly seeing it as day where uh, beings that do very wicked things are heavily intertwined with that being, this great nothing, this great galactic artificial intelligence that wishes to overcome and overpower everybody that doesn't have a conscience, that doesn't have a soul. So it does soulless things and it employs soulless energetic forces. And then it also uh, makes other energies and forces that um, do have souls but are deeply misguided, have so much karmic debt that they can't pay back, do evil, wicked things to continue on their affairs. Well, I personally believe that in all of that, we still have to continue to keep moving and keep pushing. I I can't be phased. I can't be slowed down. I can't be phased. I can't be slowed down with what they got planned for us. Hell, I don't know. I just know that what God has planned for me, which is to be, which is to grow, which is evolve, to awaken, to never give up, to remain stable, to remain in truth, to remain in integrity, to be the reason why someone decided to say, you know what, I'm going to follow my dreams today. I want to be the reason why somebody said, you know what, I'm going to get up today. I had plans on ending it, but I'm going to get up today. I'm going to continue to keep pushing. They've spent billions of fucking dollars on brainwashing you. Why not? Why not? Why not get up and be the reason why these motherfuckers are shaking in their boots? Just because you don't feel like you're worth more than $1 billion, they definitely thought you was worth billions of dollars. They thought you were worth trillions of dollars. But guess what? Clearly, it didn't work. Think back to the time where there was a period in your life where you had so much joy and so much happiness and bliss that if you died, everything would be just fine. We've had those moments where I said, oh my goodness, I'm so happy I could die today, and I would be totally satisfied with my life. Remember that emotion, remember that feeling, stick with it, and try to embody that in your everyday life. And you'll be amazed as to how far you come and what you do, where you go. Everything that you should do should be, and I don't mean this in a prude way, but everything that you should do should be in service to the divine, right? You may not always get it right. I don't always get it right myself. Sometimes, hell, I may choose the damn potato chips over the salad, and ain't nobody gonna stop me but me. I wish it would. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't gonna eat no double bacon cheeseburger. But listen, I saw how them fish sticks was looking the other day, and I picked them up. I sure did. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. Nobody. Sometimes I do make a decision, right? That may not be in my best interest. But most times, I do my best to walk the straight and narrow path. I do. I do. And for that reason and that reason alone, I know I'm going to be okay. I know I am. Again, billions of dollars spent. They haven't been able to get me. Now, I know there have been other attacks. There's been plenty of attacks, right? They've definitely pulled my leg in many other areas, sure. But one thing I will say to that is reason being in the first place why you get attacked is because you're a threat. It's because they're like, you know what? You fucking up our plans. We spent trillions of dollars. You're messing up our plans. We got to send some energy to that person's way. They got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? So I've definitely faced attacks in many ways. I'm not a famous person. I am not a what do you call people? People call me a celebrity. Some people think I'm rich. Some people think I'm poor. Some people think that I'm very smart. Some people think that I may be dumb or funny or whatever. I don't really engage or entertain what it is that people think about me, right? I focus on what it is that I'm supposed to do. And sometimes what I'm supposed to do in that moment may go against the grain of society, tradition, or how things should be, right? Or how things have gone for a long time. Many of you all may relate to that because you all came here to change a lot on the planet. You came here to change a lot. There's no doubt about it. You came here to shake a lot of things up in your family lineage. And many people may hate you for it because you are breaking up cycles and letting a lot of stuff go, purging a lot out of your particular bloodline. And it can be super difficult path, but you got to stick with it. And you have to remember, at the end of the day, this is going to get you a whole lot closer to where you need to go. Some of us go through pains that we just shouldn't. Life is not fair. Life is just simply not fair. In this kind of system, it's not fair. Some spiritualists will tell you, oh, all this shit is perfect. God is perfect. That's blah, blah, blah garbage. I don't care how much bufo you take or 5-MeO or ayahuasca you take. None of this that is going on is fair whatsoever. It's not fair. It's totally rigged. They've hijacked a lot of the things in our system, and it's up to us to correct it. This is a very difficult job that we have to do, guys. This is not easy. It's easy to say everything is perfect. It's easy to say, you know what, that person actually deserved that. It's easy to say, you know what, in one lifetime, that person did XYZ, and that's why they're dealing with it in this lifetime. It's easy to say that. But did your ass actually see that shit? Or are you one of them spiritualists that's just a liar? Just make up shit and you don't even know what's going on. Did you pick that up from somewhere? Did you get that in a book? Did AI write that? Because really, there's absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, that would warrant a baby getting blown to pieces. And its neighbors, too. There's nothing that could warrant that, guys. I don't care what Muji and them saying. I don't give a fuck what Dolores Candace saying. I don't give a damn what any of them are saying. There is nothing on this planet that can warrant that. What has taken place has been a grand invasion of the divine plan and order. And as beings here, we must restore order. And people think that restoring order is just sitting like a monk and meditating. That is not restoring order. Restoring order could look like many different ways. If somebody come up in your house on some bullshit, trying to take you, your children, and they got guns and XYZ, and they serious, and they've lost their mind for real, what are you supposed to do? Has anybody heard of the castle doctrine? They better know one's home is like their castle, and you must do everything you can to protect your private castle. Look up the castle doctrine. United States law, castle doctrine. That may not go well sitting like a monk. You got to act right now. Some of us got to awaken to the emergency right now. We awaken to the emergency that life is not fair on this planet. We awaken to the emergency that 800,000 children go missing in the United States alone, and that 200,000 have gone missing from Guatemala this year alone. We awaken to the emergency that we are under attack by bioweapons and propaganda and brainwashing and manipulation. The chemical brainwashing also that takes place. The gaslighting that can take place in the medical industry, in the beauty industry, in the mental health industry. We have to awaken to the emergency. You cannot meditate right now. Some actions require you to get up and act immediately. It requires you to say, hey, I need you to focus. We got stuff to talk about. You understand? Right? Some of us don't have the time to talk. Some of us only got the time to act. Does everybody understand? And that action may be, you know what? I'm seeing things for how they are right now. I gotta go intervene. You see what I'm saying? You see a child on the street doing something they shouldn't be doing or about to make a serious mistake that could cost them their lives or someone else's life. You got to do all that you can. Some things you may not want to get into, like, when we were in Chicago, we were taught, if two of them getting into it and it's getting real bad, get out the way and let them do what they need to do and ignore that. Because oftentimes guns are drawn and you got one person that's in the middle of that and they get lost, okay, or their life is lost, right? But there are some things that require your discernment, right? And your communication with the divine so that you can intervene and direct the person back into their path. Like my elder Kalindi would say, we are responsible for each other's greatness. That's wisdom. We are responsible for each other's greatness. As you interact with everybody in the world, you are responsible for their greatness. Some people are energy vampires. Some people are very toxic to you. Some people do not wish you well at all. Then you need to stay away from those people. And you still turn on your light from afar, that light will reach others. We're responsible for each other's greatness. We are responsible for each other's expansion. We are responsible for each other's education. We don't leave our brother and sister behind. However, we will not let our brother and sister manipulate us. We will not let them kill us or lie to us or take advantage of us or steal from us. What we have to do is we, as divine beings, have to be clear on what we came here to do. Yes, absolutely, Charles. Hey, T, I miss you too. Hope all is well. It's good to hear you too. Good, well, not hear you, but good to see you. So we are responsible for each other's greatness. Hey, Scorpion, we're responsible for each other's greatness. And every day that I wake up, I sure as hell hope that people have seen my progression. I don't really post on YouTube as much because I do intend to keep my YouTube. I know that they've taken my TikTok down. I had 30 plus thousand followers on TikTok. They took TikTok down. Um, Instagram, they've been threatening to take that down. They won't let me go live on Instagram. So, in terms of me trying to get the message out to people about some of the things that's been going on, instead, right now, I have to focus on other avenues and getting the word out there. What I do want to also address too is folks, recession proof skills. You cannot go wrong with recession proof skills. YouTube University is here for every last one of us out here. If you have no things hindering you down right now, there should be no reason why you can't be learning in your spare time. I know that a lot of us want to have fun, and the reality is dopamine, drinking liquor, eating chicken. I know y'all are so fucking ready for the Don Julio's and Popeye's collaboration. It is just, and I hate to say it, I know for those that are on my channel, y'all do know I cuss and fuss, but that's a real nigga shit. Like Don Julio and Popeye's collaboration, really, folks. I mean, it's just so it's rage bait material. Rage bait material. At least I think so. I think Don Julio's and Popeye's chicken collaboration is super rage bait material and designed to get a certain group of people upset, either get them deeply enraged or to pacify them. like the film They Clone Tyrone. If anybody's seen They Clone Tyrone and you saw the chicken scene where um what's his name, the pimp, I forgot the pimp's name, but that's Jamie Foxx's character, and he's in the chicken place, and um he's seeing how everybody just started laughing. They're eating their chicken, they start laughing. Fontaine start eating the chicken or whatever. Fontaine is Tyrone basically. uh Fontaine or whatever is eating the chicken. He starts busting up laughing. Everybody's busting up laughing. And then the pimp is eating this chicken. He's like, oh hell no, let me put this chicken down. So he sees that the chicken itself is the culprit in indoctrinating and poisoning the people and making them docile or think a certain way, or being programmed to perform a certain function to keep the people down in the hood and in the ghetto. Now, that is something that has been going on in real life for a long time. They have been poisoning your food, and they have been putting a bunch of additives and preservatives and a whole bunch of other shit up in the food that you don't even know about, right? Um, so that's one. They Clone Tyrone is low key a documentary, and it blends a lot of the old school black exploitation films with the modern day gangster kind of persona. So they bring the two interesting groups together, where you have the modern day young niggas with the Black Panther Party kind of merging together to take down this egregious kind of way of what is it? This egregious, invasive uh, matrix that they're in, basically, right? With them cloning the people, and some people being non-player characters, some people just being designed to be a multiplayer character in the game. Same thing that goes on here. Um, so that's what I see Popeyes and Don Julio as. A lot of people are very upset at the things that Donald Trump is saying. I like I've been telling you all for a long time. The United States is a corporation, folks. It is a corporation, and they fraudulently took your name. They made a corporation out of it, like a franchisee, basically, and they get a lot of money for that corporation, and they make you serve as surety for it because you think that's you think you're the registered agent for that corporation, and as a result, you know, people suffer for that. You're a debtor, and with that information, do what you will, but I really think people should get that, and I hope that registers for you, right? I really hope it registers for you. And you really have to, keep in mind, these people have also bullied me, for instance. They've been bullying me to go to jury duty for years. I have never once attended jury duty. Never. Don't plan to. I'm not coming. I won't. So again, and how many people have I told? Okay, have you all been pulled over before? Have they harassed you and made you show license? Yes, they have. But do you have to do that? No, you don't, unless you're doing commercial activity. So I've been telling people, you walk around. What they're doing now. They want these Nazi Germany papers on people. You should be carrying your birth certificate. You should be carrying your ID. You should be carrying all these different things. But what about free natural people? What about people like that are Mormons? What about the Amish? Do they have their slave papers? No, those things don't exist. There are people who exist here that are not a part of the United States corporation. They don't have to be. But do regular everyday people know that? No, they don't. So they're getting upset. They're getting enraged. They're thinking that everything that Donald Trump does is racist. Some of it is, yes, it's blatant. And it's so fucking like the stuff he's talking about with Gaza, he's a disgusting human being. Kamala was a disgusting human being too. All of them are disgusting human beings, if you ask me. But they're not the ones that are absolutely pulling the strings. The people that that are actually pulling the strings not even just people, they could be reptilian, a number of different things, but the people that we see that are pulling the strings are actually the people that you don't see. People that you don't see. People that you don't know of. People whose names you never heard of. And that's the kind of stuff you need to be looking at. Look not to these idols. Look not to these politicians. They're bought. They're bought. I don't give a damn who is racist. They're upset that they're taking away diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion to be a slave. I've never seen so many damn people so upset to be a slave. I'm going to fight for my goddamn right to be a slave. Okay, brother and sister. If you want to be a slave, nobody should stop you. But people are really, I'm seeing them getting up on the internet, getting really upset at the fact that they want to be a slave and their right to be a slave is being taken from them. It is unbelievable. But we got to watch it in real time, people. I have already declared myself, I will not do your jury duty. You cannot bully me to have a license. I don't want to have one. I don't want to have a license. Why I need a license for? A license to do what? Business? Because that's the only thing I give a fucking license for is business. It's business. That's what traffic means. Commerce. Business. Is a traffic stop? It's not a traffic stop. Traffic means commerce. Commerce means business. I don't have no business. We ain't got no business. Slavery is illegal. Captivity is illegal. Why the fuck should I be doing business on behalf of the state of Texas, on behalf of the state of Georgia, on behalf of the state of North Carolina? Why should I be doing business for y'all and y'all not paying me? But yet you want to bully me to have a license, and you're going to try to write a ticket for me not having a license, and y'all not even trying to pay me to do business knowing that slavery is illegal. They don't like that conversation. And in fact, they would drive off on your ass. Or make you drive, or not even drive off on your ass. Well, they get to drive off because they're doing business. But they would let you ride off alone. Remember, folks, do not stop educating yourself on these people's business. And you have to keep reminding them that we and you have no business. Me and you have no business. God Almighty created me as a divine reflection. I am always in my religious capacity. I am always love. I am always love, man. You understand? So we only are subject to these people's rules if we believe it. And they will try to bully you. They will try to harass you. They will try to extort you out of so much, even your soul. But you have to stand strong in your path. Does everybody understand that? You have to be strong in your path. You have to align with your ancestors. And you have to make it known that you are who you say you are. It's never easy to stand up to abuse. It's scary, and people should have fear. A woman leaving her abuser is the most scariest thing. A woman being abused should never happen, but it does on this planet. To leave abuse is scary, y'all. But that's the relationship we've been in with the United States. Okay, baby mama beating United States. Baby mama beating United States. Flat out. They pissing off the Native Americans. The Native Americans flipping out. Oh my God, they want me to choose between my tribal citizenship and my United States citizenship? Are you serious? Yeah. because people are not reading the fine print. The United States is a corporation. Jan Harper Hayes, I told y'all, she works for the Department of Defense as a political psychologist, a political psychologist for the Department of Defense. Her goal is to measure the intensity of the possibility of the occurrence of a second civil war in the United States. That is her job. Her name is Dr. Jan Harper Hayes. She said this on Great Britain News in 2023. She said that President Joe Biden, which was who she was contracting with, Department of Defense, he is the legitimate president of the United States corporation. She said on live television in Great Britain, this is their news, their official news, the equivalent to our ABC, the equivalent to our WGN, the equivalent to our MSNBC, okay? She said, okay, he is the president of the United States corporation. She said the legitimate president. Those were her exact words. Legitimate president. Charles, you remember T? You remember T from the Costa Rica retreat? Man, that retreat was so cool, man. Yeah, what a cool experience. Such a cool experience. We will do it again, y'all. I have faith in it. We will do it again. God is so good. And I believe we're going to do it for longer than a month next time we do it. Woo! Hey, God will make it happen. Okay? So, this is our time, y'all, to be free. This is our time to be free, to work hard for what it is that we really want, to be in alignment. Did y'all feel the energy yesterday? Did y'all feel the energy yesterday? They said that it was alignment for all these planets yesterday. Let me show y'all. Let me read this to everybody. I felt that alignment, y'all. I felt that alignment. That alignment was something serious, people. That alignment was something serious. Okay? Let's talk about it real quick. It said tonight 6 planets are lining up: Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, and Neptune. This isn't just an aesthetic sky moment, it's a cosmic invitation to align your own energy. Y'all, it was powerful yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday, but it felt like I had stepped in something new. It felt like something was new, something changed. It was the frequency shifted. It was strong yesterday. It was what they said it was yesterday. That's what I'll tell you. Yesterday felt like everything clicked. It felt like everything was clicking for the better. Everybody understand? It was magnificent energy yesterday. It was, if you was trying to do something yesterday, it was magnificent energy to get some stuff done. You hear me? It was magnificent energy. And I feel like the energy is still good today. So if you got some stuff you want to get done, go ahead and get it done, y'all. Don't wait a second longer. Don't wait a second longer, people. I've been drinking this great water, man. Super cool. End up just getting a gallon. Man. But yeah, y'all, I mean, when I tell y'all we are in for some amazing times to just do some releases. I'm trying to pass through and do more cleansing out my body. more discipline in my practice. And there's other things I want to do too, but for the most part, we just are engaging in cleanup time. I feel like I don't care what's going on, whether you want to stay in the United States or whether you want to leave. These are great and wonderful times, right? If you want to be a part of these people's system and wrapped up in what they got going on, I'm not going to stop you. Our job is finished with educating people. I think that it's a powerful time for us to now move into community building, connecting with others, supporting one another, you know, um, and understanding the importance of community. When I say community, I don't mean just us being living together and being neighbors. That too. But who in the community is a therapist? Who in the community is a bushman? Who in the community is a gunsmith? Who in the community can fix cars? Who in the it's really about inventory and really building a solid, genuine connection, communication. Best thing that you can work on in your lifetime is communication. That's been my number one thing in life, is to learn how to communicate. I've been on the internet since 16 years old, going viral for something. Hell, I don't. It could have been something going on in the hood with music videos or some shit like that, talking spirituality, metaphysics, some funny shit, comedy stuff. I've gone viral for many different moments in my life. Been on the internet since 16. I'm 30 now. Okay? Going talking to people. The best thing you can learn how to do is to learn how to communicate. Charles, very important. Very, very important. Listen more. Learning how to communicate and listen more. Listening to people's needs, what it is that they want. You know what I mean? What can they actually provide for you? What can't they do? Right? I was just talking to somebody the other day about boundaries. Boundaries are so important, man. If I love myself, I'm going to have boundaries. Y'all, we have absolutely no, we can have boundaries for each other, but we absolutely have no boundaries for this system whatsoever. We will let this motherfucker rob us, rob our children, run over us, let these people talk to us any kind of way. They be chin checking us. You feel me? Giving us wedgies, slapping us. You know, they do all kinds of wicked shit. Boundaries for every part of your life. Boundaries. Even with the system. I don't think so. I. Yes, there are things that you can't do. Okay, I'm not saying, you go up in the police station with a gun. Don't be dumb. Don't be an idiot. Okay, trying to start something. What I mean by that is, you do not let anybody get away with abusing you. It's about abuse. It's about abuse. You don't let anybody get away with abuse. And if you see somebody else abusing someone else, if you're well within your capacity to intervene to make sure that situation doesn't go down, you do what you need to do. You see animals being abused, the elderly being abused, you see children being abused, you intervene. I love it when people pull over on the side of the road and film the police, as you should, because they're abusive. And they only get away with abuse because nobody's looking. And we have to be the ones to say, I see exactly what you're doing. Same thing with the government. We have pointed out high high culprits in the government who thought they were untouchable. They had all this money, all this power, and we pointed out the abuse. We've set the record straight and let them know you will not get away with this. We know you're abusive, and we will call it out. This is everyday life, people. Everyday life. Imagine if we did not call out abuse. Imagine if we didn't have courage. Imagine if we didn't have bravery. And in everyday life, you got to have the courage to follow your dreams. You have to have the courage to say, you know what, I'm not going to settle for this. You have to have the courage to say no. You got to have the courage to say, you know what, the generations in my family have gone down this particular path. I'm going to choose a new path and a whole new route. Everybody, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Yep. That's what you got to do. They've spent billions of dollars trying to reroute you to something different. I felt the energy yesterday in the shift. There's just no way we're going down a path of destruction like they wanted us to do. Oh, I was about to say, is my lighter losing juice, man? Like they wanted. They wanted so many of us to go down this really awful Armageddon, end of the world scenario. They've planned a lot, y'all. When I tell you they planned a lot in the world of occultism and black magic and darker arts, they've been planning for some serious wicked stuff to manifest and take place. I doubt that it's going to work. I believe that the collective conscious is rising, that the truth is rising in many different areas and facets in life. And I strongly believe that we are overcoming. I am very proud of humanity, especially the young people. The young people are taking charge, they're getting creative, and they are not playing around. And I love that for them. I love that for us. May we continue to fight on and keep going. I am so proud of humanity. Seriously. Um, and I just do not feel that we should have all this fear. I know that they have bullied us um, by showing us uh, things like what's going on in Gaza, the tragedies, the unbelievable tragedies that have been going on in Gaza and in Congo, in Sudan, and Tigray and Papua New Guinea, and other parts of the world that don't get as much play, like Somalia and Ethiopia and even North Korea. There's a lot of places where we don't see where there's abuse happening, and they want to intimidate humanity and say, you know what, this is what we could do to you if you don't fall in line. And like our good sister South Korea did, she said, oh, y'all gonna try to you gonna try to do what to us? Do martial law? Do you gonna try to lock us down? You gonna try to okay, so we're gonna hit the streets, homegirl, and then guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna invade y'all government meetings. We're gonna set it off. And you know what? We're gonna arrest the president and impeach him. Girl. And martial law will be over, girl. And that's exactly what they did. That's why they had to change TikTok, because they said, oh no, we cannot have the Americans with the guns now. Mind you, there is no other country on earth armed like the Americans are. So the in terms of trying to invade and do all kinds of crazy stuff here, people have to be very careful, because TikTok and other apps have allowed it to be very effective for a bunch of people to get together and then plan. And then you don't want a bunch of people to get together and plan, and those bunch of people have guns and they have walkie-talkies and communication. That's what they're trying to avoid. I don't think it's going to get to that point. But the reason as to why they have shut TikTok down, and they don't want people talking about stuff, is because of that reason. Okay. They're scared of South Korea rubbing off on the United States. They're scared of the French rubbing off on the United States. Like the farmers took their tractors in the middle of the street last year and the year before and dumped horse shit all on the government buildings and said, "Oh, so y'all gonna keep playing with us? We're not gonna feed y'all, and we're gonna dump garbage and horse shit on the government buildings. We don't care if it's a crime. We don't care if it's a felony. You have us messed up. We are not robots. We are human beings. We're not slaves." That's why they are very scared of allowing us to connect with one another. And so what they will show you though is how they've abused you. It's gaslighting. It's like, "Oh, well, these things are going on. Can you give a couple of dollars to XYZ? We know that you all caused this problem. And the reason as to why people stay in compliance is because they don't want that same problem to be at their doorstep and for them to experience that. You cause the problem, then you want to ask for donations, and then on the slide, subconsciously, you intimidate and bully people into submission through this trauma porn that you're showing everybody. And they'll show you what's going on in Gaza, knowing that they actually are responsible for what they've been doing in Gaza, ask you to donate. But they're showing you that on the slide subconsciously to get you to subscribe to the trauma porn so that you become addicted, and then now you're compliant and you're submissive, and you will allow further abuses to happen to you at home, and then you fail to intervene when other people are being abused too, just like what's going on in Gaza and other places. We have to see things for what they are. We have to start seeing things for what they are, people, and stop being so scared of what these people do. We have to really, we seriously do have to get the fear out of our heart. I had a lot of fear in my heart, and it's greatly impacted my heart. But then after a while, say, you know what, fuck fear. Fear will kill you. Stress will kill you. I don't have time for either or. I don't have time for either or. At the end of the day, the day has to end. And one day I will not be here. All that will be left is what I left. And I trust that it will be love. But they cannot take away what they did not give, which is my divine connection to source, this being and this energetic signature that you are getting this information from in real time right now, known as Paige. They cannot ever take that away. They cannot ever alter it. Often imitate it, never duplicate it. Fuck your AI. It can never ever capture the essence of who I am as a being. However, they will try to gaslight, intimidate, blackmail, just like they've done others in the entertainment industry. Right? We were talking about this the other day. They probably put the people on scopolamine. I know they did. I've been talking about it for years about scopolamine ever since I saw the documentary on Vice News. Saw the documentary on Vice News. I said, oh my God, they got devil's dust on the loose. You won't catch me at the club, girl. I've gone maybe a few times in my life. I am scared of that scopo. I'm scared of that scoop stuff, girl. Cocaine is one thing. Fentanyl is another. But that scoop, oh my goodness. I'm scoot on out your way. Hello. What the hell you mean? You put that stuff up on me, I breathe it in, and then now you can empty out my whole bank account, I don't know. Now you can have sex with me and I don't know. Now you can do God knows what to me and I don't know. Now you can now you can get me to do other things to other people and I don't even know. And I wake up with a sore ass and broken ankles. Like, what the hell happened? I don't understand what's happening. What's going on? with negative money in my account. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's dangerous stuff. I don't want any of that. I'll stay away from that. You don't think that's what they did to the celebrities? I truly think that's what they did to the celebrities. I really think that most of those celebrities just came in and said, you know what, we just want to sing and dance. I just want to be a star. But what they probably did was they said, you know what, we're going to put these cameras up everywhere and we're going to put blow scoop in these people's drinks, not or just blow it in their nose or their face, they breathing in. And then now they're dealing with a clean slate. They cannot deny suggestibility. And then all of a sudden, now you see these celebrities doing homosexual activities, things they said they'll never do, and touching on children. And they have no idea that they're doing this. The next day, they're like, what the hell happened? Now they're upset. Now they're angry, saddened, heartbroken, but they can't do anything about it because it's on film. Checkmate. Checkmate, folks. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. I hope that other people see what's going on. They don't want to be a part of that. That they truly learn to dismantle all that shit. I really think that's why a lot of the buildings in Los Angeles burned down. I mean, everybody been looking at Ally Carter and others. Reason why her, um, reason why her. I mean, her documentary came out, I think, 2023. She's talking about a lot of stuff about how, you know, the former POTUS, Biden, had met with her in the Getty Museum underground when she was 14, and they engaged in sexual activities. Okay? Because he was also a part of a PDF file ring. Now, I don't like the gossip, folks, but that's the tea on the street. Okay? I don't like the mess, folks. I don't like the gossip. Okay? But that's the tea. That's the tea. So, you know, again, one has to then look at why the hell the Getty Center caught on fire? Why the hell did P. Diddy's house catch on fire? I had put a couple of videos on private, my lives, as you all know. If you catch them, you catch them. If you don't, you don't. But my lives have been going private because, you know, again, I'm talking like so blatantly out there, so I have to put stuff on private after I go live because, you know, again, these people, they do everything they can to try to, you know, take a channel down. I already got 2 violations. Got one TikTok down. They won't let the other TikTok go viral, y'all. They're like, we know it's you. We ain't gonna let you rise. Heifer. We ain't gonna let you rise. So that's what's taking place. All right. So, you know, I went over, for those that don't know, the couple of lives that I was on, I was talking about how the woman she was Department of, I think, Interior and Urban Planning and Designing. She worked closely with George Bush when he was in office, and she's now part of I forgot what it's called, something institute in LA or whatever. But basically, her job right now is to figure out how many homes were connected to the P. Diddy case that caught on fire, so they can figure out what's what. They said they said that he said burned the pizza boxes on the phone to his son or some others to get rid of the pizza boxes. Now, I really don't. I think that that's a stupid thing, honestly, to say. I think pizza boxes may have meant something else because there's just no way he's gonna, you know, be on the phone with his son using PDF file language. It just seemed real like suspect. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Did you trying to throw us off or some shit? That sounds like some shit you would say to throw us off. Because why would you use that dumbass language, knowing that the majority of the public be making fun of you online and is very much so aware of the FBI declassifying certain language that ties people to PDF file rings? Why would he use that on the phone? He's not slow. I don't think pizza boxes meant kids or evidence related to kids. I think he was just trying to throw somebody off. But I do think it's just kind of suspicious that after he said that, then his house on fire, then other people's homes that may have been associated with the case set on fire. Hunter Biden, who was just pardoned by his father, like how does your father how do you pardon your entire family and your son? And they haven't even been convicted of any crimes. Like, he pardoned his son, y'all, because he know his son has been doing some really crazy shit, yo. He has been doing wild shit. His son been doing wild shit. Everybody's a criminal. Everybody's a criminal. Everybody's a criminal. Oh, I had some juice there. Okay. Girl, I ain't got it. I gotta get me another lighter. This is terrible. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah. Pardon himself and his family preemptively. Oh, girl, guilty as charged. Guilty as charged, girl. Terrible, terrible, terrible news. Terrible news. Yeah. Okay. And so that's what's taking place, people. That is what is taking place. And what is so sad, this is broke folks' behavior. I want to say it is broke folks' behavior. Excuse me, and I don't mean broke as in, oh man, I'm broke, man. Like man, I'm financially. I'm talking about the mindset is so poor that people's mindset and value of human life is so poor that it makes a person broke or broken. Like what's going on in Mississippi right now, they just passed the bill. I think it's 484, the bill where they can harass people in Mississippi that they presume to be you know migrants or illegal or whatever the case may be. And then now they're employing the bounty hunters. They're giving them $1,000 for a finder's fee of turning somebody in as a migrant or immigrant. Do you know in Mississippi a person can serve up to life in prison if they are in Mississippi illegally as a migrant? Life in prison. And they only giving the bounty hunters $1,000 for turning them people in. You gotta be a bum ass, broke ass, disgusting human being to even work and slave for $1,000 trying to find somebody and put them in prison for life just by trying to work at a corporation illegally. And you all in Mississippi will allow cousins to sleep with cousins and mothers to sleep with uncles and mothers to sleep with sons and fathers to sleep with daughters in Mississippi and only give them 2 or 3 months in prison. You ought to be ashamed. I mean, absolutely despicable behavior. You understand me? And what I try to tell people is, look, my lineage, we are from Central America, okay? We are Mayan, all right? Sigua, okay? Those are my people. We are also indigenous to these lands at Turtle Island. All of it was Turtle Island, okay? And my family was in North America and Central America, right? But that's our lineage. And to this day, the people in those regions, they call us that regardless of our modernization and what is it called? Assimilation into American culture. So to think that they would not do this to quote unquote black people or melanin dominant people or people that are of a darker shade than me, to think that they won't do that to us, y'all, You must know that a lot of the indigenous people in Mexico are black, right? You must know that there's a lot of people in Central America that are black. If they're allowed to do that to them, of course they're allowed to do it to us, because they presume that they're under the presumption that everybody is illegal here, and that they will start to harass everybody, because the idea is that they want you to have them slave papers on you at all times. The slave papers are what's going to tie you to their agenda, the admittance of guilt. That's the thing. You got to stand sovereign and strong and say, hey, wait a minute. Okay, let me tell you something. I know your rules. You don't know your rules, but I know your rules. You can't break your rules either. Some of the rules that you break are felonies, punishable by law, even death. So you got to know those loopholes. You have to know what they don't know, because if you don't, they'll try to abuse you. Their whole system is ran off of abuse. It's ran off of you not knowing your rights, how to operate, etc. That's the truth, flat out. So, again, I told you all the other day, they're going to attempt to come to your door at some point. Don't think that just because you don't fit the description that it won't happen. If we allow it to continue to happen to our brothers and sisters, okay, it can happen to us. I know that it already did, but it can happen again to the new generation. Remember, they want to cause trauma, chaos, and destruction on every generation, especially these generations coming up, because they know that we have so much power and that we can change all this shit around this generation. So please know that you are stronger than you think. Take care of your heart, your mental health. Take care of your stress levels. Take care of your sacral sexual energy, because that energy is very sacred and what we need right now, balanced right now, to assist us as we go through these changes, this Aquarian revolution. That's what we need right now. They want you to have them slave papers everywhere you go, and you don't have to. You don't have to. Especially if you're not doing business for them. Shit. You on your way to your friend's house. You on your way to go do something with your mama. Or you in your house. They saying trying to come up in here. Where are your papers, slave? Excuse me? Where's what? Why are you asking me for a license? Do I look like I'm in a business suit to you? Do I look like I'm in a uniform to you? Why you asking me for a passport? Do it look like I'm moving somewhere? Why you asking me for identification? You at my shit. You identify. Who is you? Okay, this is God's house. What you talking about? What are you? What? Honestly, a lot of people are afraid of these people. I get it. They're a heartache and a half. They are fucking assholes. They will try to rob you and distort you out of your money, finance, your time. They'll do it. They'll divide families. They will do it. If you can't count on them to do anything else, you can count on them to make your life a living hell. You can. But does that mean that you just bend over and let them have their way with you? No. No. That's the whole point of this conversation, folks, is that you're dealing with an enemy that has a financial advantage over you by default. You're dealing with an enemy that has too much compassion given on the behalf of humanity. You're dealing with an enemy that you should have no grace for. You're dealing with an enemy that is severely narcissistic, sadistic, satanic, wicked. That's what you're dealing with. I'm not saying you should uh, go and take a machete and go, kill off everybody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you all is that you have to be mindful of the dynamics of this system. It is not purified. It is not fair. It, in fact, is set up in ways that it should not be set up. We have been hijacked. We have been hijacked. I must say it again. We have been hijacked. It is up to us to step up big time spiritually and count on you to get the skills and the truth for yourself. Do not look to others. You may have mentors, but do not look to others to be your saviors. Do not look to the Galactic Federation. Do not look to the white hats or whatever QAnon bullshit people be listening to. Do not look to any militaries, any militias. Do not look to Christ even as the second coming. Remember, you were made in the image of God. Be God. Be God here and now. Evoke it here and now. Make this life or make this energy present within your body, present within all around you. I am not waiting on God to get here. God is already here. And let me show you. That's a brave walk to walk because everything in this system wants to kill off God. That is the main purpose. Why they spend billions of dollars, why they spend trillions of dollars, is to kill off God and everything about it. We have been hijacked. We have been hijacked. We have been hijacked, folks. And you have to make it clear day in, day out. You cannot have me. I am not owned by anyone. I'm worthy of being here more than anyone else. Why? God flows through me, it channels through me, and it says, hey, I need you to be here. And I don't want to say you the king of the castle or anything like that. What I'm saying is that you deserve to be here more than they do. Who were they? They're not supposed to be here. They don't respect Mother Nature. They don't respect anything about God's creation. They don't care. Their whole entire agenda is to kill, steal, and destroy. You have more power and authority to be over here than anybody else. So, again, don't look to a savior. It's time for us to grow and evolve and be who we need to be. Let me tell you, if God or nobody else came, if you knew nobody else was coming, you saw the state of the world today, and you knew nobody else was coming. You knew nobody else was coming. How would you behave? How would you function? How would you perform? How would you inspire? How would you create? We have to do all that we can. Never forget, I tell you guys about this often. I had a genuine conversation and dialogue with God about the serious state in the world, how wicked it was, how terrible it was. To feel God itself weep and to be in so much pain about what's going on in the world. The burden of not being able to decide who and what to save. The pain of that, the suffering of that. Asking this being, while it's under so much distress, can you help me? And then it tells me, what do you mean? I need your help. I need your help. I don't know what to do about this situation. I need your help. Whoa. Here it is. I'm looking to God for answers. And then God has No answer. It instead asks, what can you do? Because I need your help, actually. Well, there's no savior in that. I am the savior in that. It was reflected back to me. Excuse me, I actually need your help. I made you in my image, and you forgot about that. Now I need you. Has it ever occurred to us that God needs us right now? Has it ever occurred to us that actually God itself was split up by the millions and billions of us? And it actually right now needs our help more than ever. Yet we're sitting around waiting for a savior. And it's a crucial time in the reality where we have to come together and realize that the time that God actually needs us to step up is right now. This is not the time to be looking for a goddamn sky daddy in the sky coming down to say, absolutely not, release the children from underground. P. Diddy, you're staying in jail for hundreds of years. Epstein is still alive, but he's also staying in jail for hundreds of years. They are not to be reincarnated. Everybody's thinking that there's going to be this big, grand kumbaya thing that's going to happen. And that big, grand kumbaya thing is not going to happen until we step up and be mature about our task and role on this planet. And we get serious about cleaning up the garbage in the community. And it starts with our family. Some things that go on in families are ridiculous, and we have to start calling things out for what they are. Your uncle should not be allowed to come to the parties if he's touching on all these children. Your cousin should not be allowed to go up in the house if you know he has a stealing and a thieving problem. Mothers and fathers should not be turning siblings on each other, using narcissism against one another, weaponizing love, manipulation tactics, mind games. You got to call out the crap in your own family and in your own nation. You need to call that stuff out. Stop letting shit get under the rug. And then when you're not a good person, you have to shape up too. I did not get to this path, y'all, by being a good person. I was pretty goddamn awful, actually. How about that? So I have no shame. Sure, I take responsibility and accountability, absolutely. But I would not be here without my greatest flaws. And those greatest flaws, yes, I will always be a villain in someone else's story because of those flaws. I will always be the villain in someone else's story because of those mistakes and because of the things that I did in my past. However, if those things had not happened, I would have never pushed myself to say, you know what, Paige, you're a bad person and you need to get some help. I don't know what you need to do, but you need to shape your life out because you can't continue this. You got to change. You got to take accountability. Okay? And that's how I got to this path. I had to clean myself up. I had to go through a couple of plant medicine journeys, you know, shadow work, nastiness, humiliation, you know. Then all of that, going through all of that to put me in a position that I am now. You know what I mean? We don't have to be perfect people, guys. We don't. I was not a perfect person. I had a lot of flaws. I had a lot of flaws. I still have a lot of flaws. But I had a lot of garbage I had to get through and move through, man. It was a lot. It was a lot. I had to clean up some stuff, yo. I had to clean up some stuff. And by me cleaning up some stuff, it's definitely got me locked in. Like, you know what? Now, any challenge that comes my way, I'm for certain then I'm guided with this force. This force don't ever have to come down and materialize in my face. I know that it's with me. I know that it's guiding me. And I know that even in the midst of times where shit may seem unfair or things may not be as pristine as I might like. And again, we're living in a matrix that is quite unfair. I have to say that it is not falsified, it's the truth. I told y'all some of these spiritual people be lying to y'all. Some people's karma is some people getting shit like getting shot up, uh, having their parents taken from them, being orphans or being blown to pieces. A lot of that shit that's going on in reality is things that are unfair, unjust. It is not for karmic reasons. Everything that we go through in life is not because we have to pay somebody back. That's not the truth. And again, anybody saying that shit, they're liars. They are liars. Again, the reality has been hijacked and it's time for us to take it back. And we have to take it back by cultivating inner strength within, cleaning out the filthiness within. Like I told y'all yesterday, I don't know, they said the alignment happened yesterday, and I felt like I was with the alignment. Do you hear me? It was a shift yesterday. I felt that shift. Okay? We're shifting into greater accountability, cleanup. We're rising. Yeah, Charles. Hey, Bobby. What's going on? So, I personally feel as if it's time for us to step it up in the best way that we can. We may not have all the tools, but that's why you rely on your neighbor. That's why it's so important to build community at this time. You have to act as if nobody is coming. You got to move as if nobody is coming. There is no savior. You are your savior. You have to push. You got to keep going. You have to wake up with intention every day to say, you know what? I may fail today, but I will fail if I didn't fucking try. Hello. If I continue to be persistent, I'm going to continue to get there. If I continue to keep thriving and striving, I'm going to eventually get there. I may fall off a few times. I may have some shit where I'm like, oh, it's real sticky. But guess what? I'm going to continue to keep pushing. You want to know why? Because it's about the journey. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. It is not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the everyday get up and accomplish something, to be smarter than you were before yesterday, to wake up and say, you know what, I've gained experience now, I have wisdom now, I can continue on to build onto this. Then I can teach others. Does that make sense to people? Like we can't be stagnant because the goal is so big. We cannot just sit around and say, you know what, damn, I might as well do nothing and be in a functional freeze because it's so overwhelming for me. That the goal is so overwhelming that this might be a goal that I may not reach in 5 years, so I might as well just slack off and fuck off and be like, yeah. Don't be a loser, bro. Try. At the end of the day, if they capture all of us, I don't give a fuck. If the reptilians say, you know what, we capture these bastards, and this is our earth now, blah, blah, blah. I would hope they look at me and say, you know what, bitch, you gave us a real hard time. I say, yes, I did, and I'll continue to give you a hard time. Okay? I'll continue to. You may have won the battle, but somewhere down the line, I will come back to this motherfucker. Some way, shape, or form. It may not be Earth. You may have taken over Earth. They may destroy this motherfucker, but we will pop. We will pop back up again. Just to let you know, God will always rise. God will always rise. God will always rise. So, look, folks, I look at what's going on as a perfect opportunity. A perfect opportunity for great character development, to be able to ascend to greater levels of expansion, ascension, greater experiences. You know what I mean? To really be a person that heals the stars, be someone that bring life back after death, to be somebody that can reverse time and heal, to reverse trauma. That's amazing talent and gift to be able to do that, to be able to be a vessel to accomplish those things. That's what we came here to do. Fear not, folks. We are doing amazing. I want us to know that. But um, one thing that we got to do right away is get serious and start looking at where we're at. Some of us on the planet are very behind, and a lot of us are looking to um, still save some of these people. Your job right now is to save you. Save you. Do what you can to help others, but save you. Save you. Save you. And then when you're done saving you, go back out there, practice on saving you again. You got to continuously practice on saving you before you save others. I love that guy, David Goggins. He throwing himself in the water. He ties himself up, his hands and feet with bricks. And he continuously do this every day. Not the hands and bricks part, but he continuously runs over 10 miles every day to do things that he doesn't want to do every day, so that when things happen that go against his reality, he has emotional control. My therapist says it's called emotional emotional sovereignty. Actually, I called it emotional sovereignty. He said that's how you gain emotional sovereignty, is you do things you don't want to do every day. And David is one of the kind of people, he does stuff that he doesn't want to do every day because it forces him to continue on for the big events, when death happens, divorce, loss, change. He's conditioned to train his mind to do something he don't want to do every day. See what I mean? So by him doing that, he is now setting the tone for being in control of his reality at all times. Like I said, he's one that throws himself in the fucking water with cement blocks tied to his hands and feet so that he can undo himself. Because if he don't, he's going to drown, right? He does this training regularly. Yeah, it's crazy as hell. Is it uncalled for? I think absolutely. Is it extreme? Yes. Is it badass? Hell yeah. Do I understand the logic? Absolutely. And it works. Because he's figured out that there is nobody coming to save you. You got to be your savior in and out. And when life falls the fuck apart, you can't crack with it. You got to continue to keep pushing yourself and do shit that you don't want to do every day, and show up and be the best version of yourself. And one of the things I love that he says too, he says, man, so many people have so much wasted potential. There's just so much. The reason he said, one of the things that inspires him is that there are so many people every day that just get the fuck up and they refuse to be greater. That's what inspires him every day. Is there so much untapped in human potential? And many people are literally opting in to refuse to be greater. They refuse to expand. They refuse. And I make the choice every day. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up and be better than you were yesterday. I know that whatever is hitting you right now is tough. Hell, I've been met with some health issues, y'all. I was met with some health issues that really had to sit me down. You know what I mean? Put me down. You understand? But even then, I still say these are health challenges. I still got to get up and keep pushing and keep moving. I got to do something different. I got to do something that's going to change this. But I got to change. Something's got to give. I can't let these health issues put me down. I got to get up and keep working. I got to get up and keep moving. Yeah, I got to heal, but I also don't want to use things as an excuse. Because life will hit you with a lot at once. Some people say, oh, yeah, well, that's the time you're supposed to rest. Well, if you had my life, ain't no rest. This is boot camp, okay? I'm in my Saturn return. Ain't no fucking rest. Universe ain't letting up on my ass, and I'm fine with that for now. At some point, it's gotta cease, right? But you have these challenges in your life because they're here to show you that you are God, you're the reflection of God, and that life will throw shit at you continuously. But it's about, you know what? I know life throwing them punches, but I'm gonna throw that shit back. And then now it's a fight. And then now we in the ring. And then now we dancing. And then now I can say, you know what, life, I've conquered you. This is a KO. You've thrown a lot at me, few low blows, few jabs and hits here and there, and I'm bruised up, I'm beat up, sure. But in the end, I get the KO. My final message to everyone before I get off here is if you don't remember nothing, remember this. Going back to our last conversation. Whether you have $1 in your pocket or 1,000,000, the best thing that you can do right now is invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in your education. Please. Please, folks. You may not have the money to buy gold, silver, stocks, whatever, real estate, whatever. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Learn how to do something new. Even if it means being a caretaker, learn how to care for people. Learn how to listen. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to be captivating. Learn how to capture the energy of the room. Learn how to read the room. Learn how to be a person that can captivate. Read emotion. YouTube University is free. It's so much shit you can learn on YouTube. You may not have a lot of money. You may have to go to, I don't know, Habitat for Humanity. Learn how to build some shit. Get shit donated. Learn how to build in your backyard. Something. Go to the park. Learn how to build some shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's a lot of shit on here that's free now. Invest in yourself. Take the time. Do not be a slave to your circumstance. Do not be a slave to shit that you see in reality. Just because you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, don't mean that there's not an end of the tunnel. Because there is. There is. And I know there's a lot of things in life that's not fair right now. It really sucks that a lot of us are not even coming for each other. We're not even talking. It's so messed up right now. I get it. But do not give up on yourself. Continue to invest in yourself. And if no one comes to save you, you save you. You're the best savior you got. You're the best goddamn savior you got. And nobody's going to fight harder for you than you. Because truth be told, there's a lot of hijacking going on. There's a lot of destiny swapping going on. There's a lot of shit. People literally hijacking people's lives in real time. You got to be fierce with protecting your shit. You understand me? And it starts with protecting your mind. Protect your mind. Protect your thoughts. Protect your visions, your creations, everything. Protect your heart. Have boundaries. Because I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Me being a person who I was, being a healer and all this other shit, these people have come for me. I didn't have boundaries. And because I did not have boundaries, guess what? They took advantage. Big time. They had the energy literally try to kill me. Literally. And then taunt me afterwards. Okay? Protect yourself, guys. I'm telling you this because I love you. I care about you. And there are energies that don't have any mercy for the light. They have no mercy for the light. And so many of our healers have gone down and died in battle and combat by trying to heal people. Because these energies invade people and they have no mercy for the light. None. So with that light, protect yourself. Like I always tell you guys, some situations you did not attract because you're a bad person. Again, the system is an unfair system. People say, oh, well, that's your karmic, this, that, and the third. It's bullshit, y'all. Call a thing a thing. You are a person with some light. And in a dirty ass room full of termites, roaches, mosquitoes, parasites, leeches, they're going to be drawn to the light, friends. It's not because you deserve that karma. Like, get out of that. Get out of the fact that you owe a debt or something. You don't owe a debt. These beings are attracted to you because they see that you're here to shut their operation down without actually saying, I'm here to shut your operation down. The very fact that you're here on a special mission just because you have God inside of you means that you're here to disrupt their mission, period. So of course they're going to attack you. Of course they're going to derail you. And the bigger the mission, the more the attack you got to endure. It is fucked up. It's unfair. But it's going on, people. And you will never know who you are until you get backed up into a wall sometimes. Sometimes these motherfuckers gotta fuck up and find out. Excuse me? You back me into a wall to invoke fear. To invoke fear in me. To try to cut me off. Limit my performance. Limit my ability to be able to fight back. When somebody back you up into a wall, you need to give them niggas all you got then. Because that's exactly what they do every day to us. Give them all you got every day. You got to approach the enemy like, oh, you trying to back me into a wall. I'm going to show you what the fuck I'm made of. Period. I'm not going to cower down. I'm not going to run and hide. You knocked on my door. You wanted to see the beast come out. Don't be surprised. They think they're going to see an angel with Jesus hair and a halo over their head and some fucking orbs and angels and white clouds. That's what they think of when they see God. I've seen God in a different light. I've seen God as absolutely horrendous sometimes. with how it handles cleaning up shit. So you almost have to be horrendous with how you clean up things too. Don't let nobody play you. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Don't let nobody derail you in your path. That's what they want to do. That's what they were designed to do. They are designed to change your DNA, change the course of time, hijack time, manipulate time, and to cause more trauma down your bloodline. We don't need no more trauma. The human family is exhausted of trauma. These groups of humans have gone through so much. We don't need any more. Sure, there's going to be more, but we don't need it. So, because there's going to be more and we don't need it, it's up to us to be able to stop it because nobody else is going to do it. Last thing is we are hosting building workshops. I don't know if you all follow me on Instagram, but please follow my page on Instagram. I had showed people of a very beautiful building that we built that was $330 in total. Okay. It was an outhouse. We built it in 2.5 days with basically 3 people, but one of our friends, was watching their children, so they had to step away for most of the time. So it was me and the carpenter mainly. We were, just building, right? And so that took us 2.5 days. Beautiful, beautiful building. People have commented and said, "Man, this is one of the prettiest outhouses I've seen." And it is actually one of the prettiest outhouses I've seen. Uh, I went to go visit it alone a month after we built it. And I was like, wow, it still smells wonderful in here. No weird smell, no nothing, no anything. And again, it cost us $300 to build it. And so we want to show people that, instead of buying some fucking, True Religion jeans or Balenciagas or some other bullshit or quick weaves and VIP sections and bottles and y'all know all the shit in the reality y'all do. Gift cards to Popeyes, to Don Julio collaboration, all that bullshit. And instead of spending your money on that, put that little $300, $400 to the side. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna donate a building. Can anybody say that? You know what? I'm gonna put 500 down so I can donate a building to an eco village. You know what could happen if you donate money to an eco village or you donate money to land or whatever the case may be or whoever land? People fuck with you after that. Do you know that? You can literally go to community, start sowing seeds, build relationships with your farmers, your friends, people in these communities. People don't think like that. Instead of going to Walmart and all these other places, go to these communities and start sowing seeds. $300, folks, to build that bathroom. In 2024, the bathroom was built. Yes, there was a lot of recycled materials that we used. Yes. Okay. However, people throw shit in the trash every day. You can go collect shit every day if you want to. Windows, wood, plywood, doors, windows, post, cement. People throw shit away every day. Okay? Yeah, indeed. Indeed, Charles. So, folks, I just want us to know we can get it done. There's no reason for us to have any fear in our heart. It may be there, I get it. But there's so much that we can do with what we have. As you all know, even when I was super, and I'm gonna get back on it, right? But I've been trying to connect this project of us building and land stewardship, to blockchain. And there's a lot of, stuff. It's a lot of stuff, right, that I have to do because this is the biggest project I've ever done, right? And I want it to be done right. So, but my thing is that, again, um, we when I was teaching people about like how to invest, right? Or Charles is talking about like going to another country. I was teaching people how to invest, and my whole thing was like, you know what? I want to teach people how to invest so that they can afford places like Mexico or Costa Rica or Colombia or whatever, right? Where you can actually make your rent money in a day or 2 or 3 days or for the week, right? Imagine if you made your rent money for that week. That's incredible, amazing, right? And then now for the rest of the month, you can take your time and learn some things and go slow and live a decent life. And then, you know, the rest of the 3 weeks, you're okay. I'm trading to for some savings and some groceries and toiletries and all these other different things, right? Travel money, you know, leisure money, whatever, plane ticket for in case of emergency, border run, whatever, right? Those are the kinds of things that you do, right? So you can very much, again, take the skills that you learn, uh, make your money, and then from there you can just start investing in village after village after village after village after village. I want people to understand no reason for us to have fear. In 2024, we built a bathroom for $330. I know because I was there. I know because I was there. I know because I took the picture. I know because I was there. I know because I helped build it. I know because we went to the damn store to go buy what we need to go buy. I know because I was the one that said, y'all, did y'all see what happened on the news? I know we meeting every week. I know we're meeting or every other day this week. But can we stop fucking around and just build something? Please, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And we finally did it. I want us to know, y'all, we do not have to be rich. That's been my whole motto the last few years is you can start with $5. You can start with $10. You can start with 50. You can start with 100. I don't sell an elaborate lifestyle to people. I never did. I meet people where they're at. Period. Okay? Folks, it's time for me to go. My lip is chapped. I said this 3 times already, and I seriously mean it. It is time for me to go. I love you all dearly, and I truly hope that you all are being the best versions of yourselves, and that you're going to go out and be great. Take advantage of this energy that we got. This alignment. It was very powerful yesterday. Very. So take advantage. Get some work done. I gotta go. I love you all. Peace, be well. Follow me on Instagram, please, for the workshops. We do need your donations, and we will not turn anyone down that wants to attend our workshops due to financial hardship. But we do need donations. Please share and spread the word. Much love.